How's it going, Tyrese? Just what's been your acclimation, coming from Washington to here, and how's it going on the field?
Man, it's going great. Just trying to get acclimated back to everything. Just being around football and stuff like that. But I'm liking it. It feels good. Definitely excited to be here and stuff like that. So
I mean, Tyrese, you're obviously from somewhat of the area of the Southeast, but what ultimately sold you on South Carolina? What was attractive about coming here and trying to finish out your career here?
really just the coaching staff, the atmosphere that South Carolina is known for. That was a big part of it. But like I said, the coaching staff, I really believe in what we're doing right now. So that was really my biggest focus was just the coaching staff and being around the fans and stuff like that. So.
What about the system do you like? Were you drawn to? You say you like what you're doing. Explain that kind of in terms that we can understand.
Well, just basically the way that we run things as far as, the strength staff and how they treat us, the way we're treated, how they care for us about everything from hydration to, making sure that we're good off the field. So really just the staff and how much they care about us here was really the biggest thing that stood out to me. So.
A couple of guys have said they put a lot on the defensive backs in terms of checks, et cetera. Do you feel that way from where you came from, or is it pretty similar?
I wouldn't say that. Obviously, I think that the DBs are the quarterback of the defense. That's kind of how I look at it. So I wouldn't say it's too many checks. Nothing that, no, that's not anything that's not typical. So I don't think it's
Where are you working mostly?
You said what?
Where are you working mostly? What position and
free
what
safety.
group?
Free safety.
Free safety
Yep.
with the first group, second group? Or?
Second group. Pretty much just got back. So just taking reps with the tools, just trying to get in where I can get in. So yeah.
Are they rolling a lot of people at first and second team, or has it been pretty set so far?
I wouldn't say we're rolling a lot. I wouldn't say it's pretty sad. Like I said, right now our big concern is just trying to get better. Everyone's trying to get better. It's a day in and day out thing. So, we rotate guys and stuff like that. But our main focus is fall camp is just getting better, making sure guys know where they're supposed to line up at, stuff like that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Tyrese, what are your thoughts on Coach White's system, and how do you feel like you fit into it?
I love Coach White's system. I think it's a very physical system. We run a lot of multiple schemes and stuff like that. I think everything that Coach White does, he does a great job of just communicating, making sure guys are trying to get and learn the plays and make sure they're lined up at. So I love the scheme, everything that we do schematically, definitely.
Tyrese, what do you feel like how do you feel like your skill set translates to what Coach White really wants to do in the secondary?
I feel like my skill set is very versatile. Just being able to communicate, get guys lined up and things like that. And like I said, Coach White's real big on being physical, and that's kind of part of my game, just trying to be as physical as I can and be aggressive and fast. So that's definitely where I fit in at on the defense, yeah.
And I guess a lot of guys have talked about mixing up coverages in the defense being really hard to read for someone that doesn't know a whole lot about defensive back schemes. From a defensive back perspective, what do y'all do? What can y'all do to really help hide coverages?
We just, like I said before when I asked his question, we show a lot of multiple fronts and schemes. So it's not really too much one thing that we do, but our main focus is just showing different schemes and different fronts. That's really how we disguise certain things. So that's just our defense.
Tyrese, do you feel like there was any benefit for you to get out of the Southeast and go to a different part of the country and kind of experience what we all know and assume to be a much different culture than here?
Yeah, I definitely think it helped me as far as just growing mentally. It allowed me to see different things that I haven't seen growing up in Florida and stuff like that. So it definitely helped me as far as being able to, become a better person. I definitely think it did that. So yeah, it for sure helped me grow mentally.
Yeah, did you have any family out west, or were you just like out on your own, really?
Yeah, no, I was out on my own. It was actually a big decision for me just to go out there 2,000 miles away from home. It was kind of a big decision out of college. I had to grow up fast. That's what it kind of helped me learn that. So, yeah, I'm definitely was grateful for the opportunity.
And just one more from me. Were you scared or timid at all, or?
I wouldn't say I was scared or timid. I would say nervous because I think that's normal. But just the way I was raised, never to be scared and timid. Obviously you're gonna have trials and tribulations that you go through. But like I said, never not really scared. I just knew that I had had certain things that needed to be done, I kind of attacked it like that. That's how I kind of live. So I wouldn't say I was scared or timid or nothing like that.
Were you out for a little bit at the start of the camp, or I guess what have you been kind of doing to get back?
Yeah, I was out on COVID protocol for a couple of days.
Oh, okay.
So I'm getting back. I think it's my 3rd day back, I think. So, yeah.
So when do you get to put on pads and helmet? Where are you at in that process? I can't remember.
Today was my first day of full pads and everything like that. So I'm getting back.
How did that feel being able to get
It
back
felt
in full
good.
pads?
It definitely felt good. I'm excited to be back. So just to be back with the team, working with everyone, getting to know everyone's personality and stuff like that, just to be one of them, it definitely felt good just to be with the guys.
Did you get to put any big hits on anybody?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Can you share anything, or you just keep that under your hat?
Nah, we just gonna, we good. We good.
Tyrese, kind of with that, I mean, I know you're a guy that can hit hard and bring a little bit of that on the back end. Just obviously the rules have changed and things like that, but like, how do you play, that physical style while also staying under control? What's kind of the balance with it? How do you kind of find that balance with it?
Just trying to do what my coaches tell me to do. That's one thing that we practice or we look at in film is, ways to tackle and stuff like that. So I just take that teaching and just apply it to the game. Anything that they tell me, I make sure I write it down. Any new technique that I can get, I just make sure I write that down, jot that down, and make sure I can use it in practice and it shows up in the game. So that's really how I attack that.
A big note taker in film sessions?
Real big note taker. Yeah, for sure.
Tyrese, obviously you signed to play for Coach Leach, and then you decided to come here. He's still in the league. I mean, you guys don't get to play him this year, but just do you guys talk? Have you reached out since he left WSU or you left?
I've talked to him a little bit. Turn that off. Shit the button. My bad. We don't really talk. I talked to a couple of guys that I knew that was just on the team that's now on their staff, but I don't really communicate with Coach Lee. He, like I said, he was a great guy, great coach to be around. But I just kind of let that. It's kind of like a mutual thing almost. Just mutual respect. So.
Tyrese, you mentioned running with the twos a lot in practice. Is there something in your mind you need to continue to do or get better at to run with the ones, or is it just about kind of getting your feet back under you a little bit more?
I think it's just getting my feet back under me. Like I said, guys they've been rolling for a little while, so I'm just kind of getting acclimated back into the way of things and how we run things. So, like I say, every day in the film room, I just make sure that I'm asking questions, making sure I'm just trying to do everything that I'm supposed to do right. So, just trying to get my feet back under me, make sure I'm back on point and not missing any key plays or any small little details. Yeah.
Tyrese, kind of to that, I mean, obviously you're adjusting to a new team, new place, new system, all of that. I mean, just how do you feel like you kind of balance that, and what's that been like to kind of transition from, Washington State to here, but also, learning the system, learning your teammates, and now getting back on the field as well?
Oh, it's been good, man. Just really the biggest thing for me is just trying to learn my teammates. I think that just learning guys' personality is what really is going to bring us closer together. So I'm the type of guy who just really sits back and just watches everyone's personality. We have a lot of funny guys on the team who make me laugh. So I kind of just use that to, just make myself feel at home and stuff like that. So I'm just trying to learn as much as I can from the guys, just be around them, love on them as much as I can. So, yeah.